Recording started.
As I told you before, this lecture will be on how to read a finding aid, and it's the finding aid that gives us access to archival records and manuscripts. So what is the finding aid? Well, the finding aid is a document that gives you access, like I said, to an archival collection, and it is a document that points to the boxes and files that are filed away in the closed stacks or the shelf area, as you can see from this illustration on the slide. A finding aid is analogous, I guess, to a book's table of contents or an index. It provides information to you to understand what's in these boxes and files, and it's frequently printed in hard copy, and often it's available online. Now, an archival finding aid has two major components, and those are the collection description, which has subcomponents, and the inventory. There's a question on your exercise about the components of a finding aid. The answer is collection description and inventory. So let's look at what's in the collection description. There's some kind of reference code there. In this case, it's the accession number. There's a title of the collection. This is the Robert Saunders paper. There's a date span of the collection. You see here that it's 1810 to the 1990s. There's an extent or size of the collection, 1/4 cubic foot or 20 file folders with 3 microfilm reels. There's a name of a creator. In this case, it's Robert Saunders. An historical note concerning the creator. Saunders earned his PhD in American history from Auburn University, subsequently taught at Auburn Montgomery and at Troy State Dothan, where he's a colleague of mine right now. In fact, he's the department head of history and the associate dean of the College of Arts and Sciences for the Dothan campus. So what might we have here from Dr. Saunders? Well, the scope and content note tells us that this collection contains his research material on the First and Second Seminole Wars. There is a note governing condition and access, governing access and use, and this is, let's see, somewhere in here, under access limits. It's open per donor agreement. There are always some general notes, provenance, preferred citation, and the immediate source of acquisition, which we call the donor name, donor address, donor city, donor phone. And then, of course, there's other, like I said, general notes. The next component of the finding aid is the inventory. Now, in the case of Dr. Saunders, we see that we see one of 2 pages of his inventory. Remember, it's 22 file folders and 3 microfilm reels. So what you're looking at here is a page of the inventory. Now, an inventory for an archival collection might be at the series level. That's pretty common with the National Archives. It might be at the box level for underprocessed or less valuable collection, and the inventory might tell you what's in each box. The most common inventory, however, is at the file or folder level, which is what we have here for Dr. Saunders. There's some kind of notation that locates each file, and then there's a title per file. Sometimes there's even a date span in the file. a little more uncommon, but used for a high value or highly used collection, might be the item level inventory, which is often called a calendar. And there would be descriptive information as each item title. Okay, in this little bit of work, this short lecture, we've looked at what a finding aid is. We've looked at the two components of a finding aid. We have gone over the sub-units of the collection description component of a finding aid, and we've gone over the potential levels at which the inventory in a finding aid might exist. So as always, I thank you very much for your attention.